सबके अंदर होती है, माँ हम सबके अंदर होती है। अब तो हमने ये भी जान लिया कि शक्ति जेंडर से हम रिलेट नहीं कर सकते। शक्ति कैन बी नर, शक्ति कैन बी नारी। हर नर, हर नारी, हर जीव, हर जंतु के अंदर भीतर एक डिवाइन फेमिनिन है, डिवाइन मैस्कुलिन भी है। हम नवरात्रों में डिवाइन फेमिनिन की बात इसलिए करते हैं क्योंकि जहाँ प्यार की बात होती है, जहाँ क्रिएटिविटी की बात होती है, वहाँ बिना फेमिनिन को इन्हांस करे हम आगे काम नहीं कर सकते। आज मेरे साथ एक बहुत ही स्पेशल गेस्ट हैं, इनका नाम है प्रसून। Now I know Prasun for a year and a half, 2 years, but Prasun has become my guide. He's like a brother, he's like a mentor, a friend to me. Prasun has been working with many renowned brands, from Lenska to UN to UNESCO to Samsung. He's been there. And अगर आप प्रसून का काम देखेंगे, you'll be amazed, you'll be mesmerized. जो प्रसून का आर्टवर्क है, that speaks how he uses the Shiv and the Shakti, the Krishna and the Radha energy. हम बात करते हैं, हम we are taking out our creativity. तो उसमें हम डिवाइन फेमिनिन को कैसे एनहांस कर सकते हैं, हम अपने ब्रांड्स को कैसे नर्चर कर सकते हैं, हम अपने आप हम सक्सेसफुल कैसे बन सकते हैं। बिकॉज ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, जब आपकी येन एंड यांग बैलेंस में, यू विल ऑलवेज बी सक्सेसफुल। तो मेरा सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन ये होगा कि what does माँ दुर्गा mean to him? Hi Prasun.
Hi, thanks for calling me for this.
Thanks for honoring, I know you've been so busy, but thank you for today giving us this time.
Thanks for that. And it's amazing that how you got into the mind of this, how you placed yourself in the shoes of a creative space, and start thinking in terms of how a different god and goddesses or the male and the female strengths are coming together, and that helps. And it is something that is so much an information which is within an artist.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you sort of thought about it. See, as a child, I have been exposed to a lot of these stories, and when the actual puja happens, there are a lot of mantra in the story that keeps going on. So you understand that Durga by herself is not a born character.
Yeah.
Durga is a result of many powers coming together. Then it makes you think that why so many male gods coming together making something which is a female.
Yeah.
And then that particular character or the aura has all the power of all these gods, right? But then apart from that, she is a woman.
Yeah.
So that gives that extra strength to that character. So Durga for me is all about the woman power. So I see it like that. And I also understand that how the biggest demon was defeated by her and not one of these gods. So I feel that's also the beauty of the story, and I believe in that.
Prasun, you have been into brand consulting for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
How has this understanding helped you bring brands? आपको ये build जब आप brands के साथ बैठते हैं, I see you as your aura. It gives a different image. You make that boundaries very clear. But जब आप किसी brand के साथ काम करते हो, Prasun, you are a nurturer. How do you combine the both? How do you balance the both?
There are a couple of things. One is the honesty from the brand that you're getting. There are sometimes, things are just not fitting because what is there in the mind of a person who is running the brand or going to place the brand is a different story might be there, and we are projected to a story which is different. That time it just doesn't matches, and somehow what you're calling the aura, it just doesn't get clear in my head. When it gets clear in my head that everything is just perfect, everything is soothingly setting up, and everything is honest and clear about this brand, that brand becomes very clear to me. And then while thinking about it, then I can picture the fonts, the colors, everything. But the whole feel of the brand comes from the person who represents it.
Brands आपको choose नहीं करते, आप brands को choose करते हो. And that comes from the space of divine feminine. Why divine feminine? Because when you are into your feminine zone, आप attract करते हो, right? So, do you consciously go into that role, or this is who you are as a person?
So good that you put that last part into that question, because I myself, I do not channelize it ki today I'll be driving the automatic car or the manual car. It just happens to be that. Now it, so that's why maybe it is the option B, that it's automatically goes there. Now I'll relate to it just driving the car example. I don't drive a car.
Wow.
My wife drives a car. So to some people that's not very masculine.
Yeah.
She doesn't go to the kitchen if the ladies' helps are not around. I'll be the one who goes to the kitchen and enjoy that.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have to go there and have to do that. No, it's not like that. I really enjoy the process.
So yin and yang को आप balance करते हो, and yeah, it's so masculine. Be from a man's perspective. Why am I asking is it because बहुत सारे आदमी हैं जो ये मुझे सुन रहे हैं, and हम लोगों को सुन रहे हैं, and I want to tell you what is the definition of being a divine masculine.
So for that, what I feel that most of us, we are playing a role, we are playing a character. So since the time you were born, you have been told that this is what you are, this is where you belong, this is what your status is, this is what's your hierarchy in the family, and you kept acting like that, right? Let's take an example of a person who is working at a particular level in a company and might be acting in a different sort of way. Tomorrow he gets a promotion and he gets to a stage where he could be a little different. I understand that he have less time now, and less time kind of cancels out on empathy. I feel that when you have less time, you have less empathy also. But apart from that, I feel we also start acting differently. So it's all about an act. The moment you stop acting and start believing what you want to do and you keep doing it, I don't think there is any male, female, anything there. It is just about there is a gamut of colors around in the form of stories in mythology. So one color is Shiva, one color is Shakti, one color is Krishna, one color is Radha. Radha is all about just giving, right? Not expecting back. Somehow Radha, that's why it gets a little similar to Hanumanji, because it's just about giving. And there is so much peace, there is so much happiness in that. I think in today's day and time, people don't see that happiness. People always want to gain something back or plan to gain something back, which kind of pushes them back into their own realm of thinking and deciding, and too many games to play. I think it should be just simple, and you should just be yourself, and in that form only you will be keep attracting forces around which should be representing you at that point.
अभी हमने बात करी कि how your दुर्गा एनर्जी, माँ एनर्जी, कैसे अगर आप वो चैनलाइज करते हो तो you do well, चाहे वो घर हो या चाहे वो काम हो, आप हमेशा अच्छा करोगे. If you talk, if you work from the space of authenticity, वो कहाँ से आएगी जब आप यहाँ से authentic हो. Prasun, my next question, we have a lot of people, lot of students who are listening to you. And today everybody wants to get into designing, everybody wants to get into branding, everybody wants this glam life, right? What goes behind? What is your message for them? कौन सी ऐसी चीजें उनको focus करनी चाहिए? How should they embrace the energy?
I think we ignore what we like from within. We try to give a lot of space to what people are doing and what is going to be the big thing. I feel that when you start believing from within your gut feeling, your own skills, and how intelligently you can put those skills into action, into form of art. Let's say for example, I was good with my art, but I had no output for that. So for that, during those times, and I'm coming from Jamshedpur, so that much is is available to the people who are around there. So that art was not letting you do what you wanted to do, so that's why you got into design. Then after 10 years of designing, you realize that you now have that space, you have that strength, you have that much energy and experience and knowledge of people and market and all that, and then you bring back that art. So which is what my initial idea was. So I think it's always very important to know your strength,
Yeah.
keep them around,
Yeah.
use them intelligently. Wisdom is very important along with honesty and excellence.
Very nicely said.
And don't see what people are doing, how they are doing. If AI is going to take away your job, nothing is going to happen like that. You just believe in yourself.
That's so true. So very well said. Prasun, I'm sure today you are where you are because you faced so many challenges. Because ये जो humility आती है ना, ये तब आती है जब आपने बहुत कुछ देखा होता है. Would you want to share your mental health issues or struggles that you went through, and if that could inspire my viewers?
Sure. So a few years back, I remember I used to think mental health is not an issue, and that is when I started thinking deeper about it. Because if that is something that people are struggling so hard with, and it is becoming an issue around with younger people especially, there should be something. And then I recalled that there were times where I felt like extremely down, and how that time later on in life became the best time of my life, which was the worst time when I was living that. And later when I look back, I understand that those 3 years while I was coming out of my +2 and I was trying to make out my college, that was one of the worst times in my life. Went through a lot of physical issues, and education went down, a lot of things happened. But I think that is the time which makes you really strong, which made me really strong. And then I started putting that case into applying to other people's life. Then I realized that though I felt I was alone, there were a few things inside me, within me and around me were supportive enough, right? Which doesn't happen in everybody's life. People should do that. That one, they should talk. They should talk. They should have friends. They should generally not be too cryptic about things always. It's just normal. Just relax, right? And at the same time, have some time for yourself. At least half an hour to 1 hour, just solely with you, not sleeping, right? Because then you are nowhere. You are in a different zone, and that can have a different altogether, like a talk on that. But I feel that you should spend some time with yourself, just analyzing yourself, understanding yourself. Be very relaxed about it. Be very don't be judgmental about yourself, but be honest. Tell yourself that you are wrong there. But that doesn't mean that at the end of it, you will not be wrong tomorrow. So you develop this friend inside who is an honest guy for you, right? So once you have that and you have people around you, because you are talking to everyone, you get enough strength, I feel, which is very important.
So you're a father to a beautiful daughter.
Yes.
Kara. Now tell me, how is the Prasun father? Where does he stand?
I feel tiny in front of her. She is huge. So much intelligence, so much understanding, so much, seeing through at this age of 3.5. I really don't know how it's coming. She gets so much from both of us, or how the nature has created her. But I just feel tiny in front of her. I feel more responsible. I feel a little under pressure.
So as a father, you feel
she's the only person who can make me feel under pressure.
So sweet is that. But that's true, I think जब आप समझने लगते हो, listen, which means that you operate from that ground level, from that roots. You don't see her as chota. You are learning from her.
Oh, definitely. They know much more. I think the understanding of a child is exactly the understanding of an adult. It's just that an adult mind is more corrupt with wrong reasons, wrong information, wrong news, and too many choices. And the idea that I have access to those choices, I think just keeps ruining us over the ages.
That's it.
When you meet a child, that person is an absolute gem, and you can learn so much from them.
I want to ask you, नवरात्रे चल रहे हैं, and I want to ask कि क्या एक ऐसा मैसेज है जो आप सबको देना चाहोगे, तो वो एक मैसेज प्रसून की तरफ से क्या रहेगा?
I think as men, you just need to loosen up and be relaxed, and as humans, just be honest. That's it.
वाओ, कितना ही सुंदर, कितना ही अच्छा. You know, I think being a man or a woman, being Shakti, दुर्गा माँ, I think जो एक चीज़ प्रसून ने बोली है, वो बोली है being honest. अपने से सच जब आप बोलेंगे तो वो सच दिखाई देगा, आसपास भी दिखेगा, आपके काम में भी दिखेगा, आपके घर में भी दिखेगा, आपके रिश्तों में भी दिखेगा. So happy Navratri to you. I hope you find this honesty, this authentic self within you. And thank you.
Thank you so much.